There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Set. 10-2 stop.
On first down, Taylor. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down, it's Taylor, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1 yard pickup there on second.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
You better be afraid of me. Get ready.
On third down, it's Taylor. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. Only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
At their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the left side. It's Lawrence, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 28-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Second and 11. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And Robinson with a big catch. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Chicago.
On the set. Go on.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards on the ground. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
It's a
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw. Sampson. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball,
He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch the slant. Check the hot read. He's coming.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Back to throw here. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Ready, set. 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Come on, come on, D.
To throw on 2nd down, Sampson. His throw incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
As a general rule, receivers love the comeback route because it puts them right in the sight lines of the guy throwing the ball. But in this case, the defenders saw it and were able to knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Sampson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lawrence. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sampson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
What we got? Switch.
They'll try the left side. Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, Taylor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. 3. It's been a long day for you. Shoot.
On the handoff, it's Scarlett. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Yeah,
It's a game of 3.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the buses.
Back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of 5. Brings up 2nd.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the bootleg. Sampson sliding out of the pocket. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
To throw on 3rd down, Sampson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Taylor, and an alley to run. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Delta. Get off the field.
Second and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. 0-0, Mike Free. You must be dreaming. 5.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The defense pushing the run game back on the first play of the 3rd quarter.
But I don't think that means abandoning the run totally. Sometimes you just have to focus on execution, right? They always talk about players, not plays. Well, tell your players to block a little bit better, and maybe the ground game can get going.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Sampson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, high 7.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey. Mike 3.
2nd and 10. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll return it from the 6. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 85 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
On the ready.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Echo. Mike 3. No.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Ready.
2nd and long. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
We're pretty quiet, G. We're pretty quiet. Mike 3. Combo. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Mike 3. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Going deep for Hopkins. This is intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mariota. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go. Set. Go. 10-2 stop. Switch. Undercrunch. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared. Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 3. Combo. Here we go. Deep grip.
He'll look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Check 52.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 36.
Now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson, and they will set up shop. In enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened.
Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now again, right side. It's Stevens. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the end zone, Newton. Finding Gabriel, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Gun.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
The Bears on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Check.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really...
It's caught at the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and the Packers pick it up. And will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a two-score swing that you just gave up.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Newton now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. 2nd and 4. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Showing up. Showing up. Check 43. Shit.
Leo. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on it. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks, because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Check 4. Out.
Look, squeeze.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Crash. Do.
Rock it.
Time go. Shift. Watch the shift.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Keep playing hard.
Let's go now. 10-2 start. Hey, Alpha.
Let's get it. Mike 3.
Bam.
Get ready. Slam. No. Off. Joker.
Now.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to go for it all. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On 1st down, Lawrence. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in position now where their fan base gets excited.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 10, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said and